mean, you know, it was kind of like Ricky Bobby. Is that the other cars? I mean, you know, go high, go low, go middle, do whatever you can, you know.
Like Brad's there, and they're like,
just do what you can.
What are we doing here? What are we doing? Are you on the gas, Brad? What's going on?
Just do what you can.
Car is unloaded, and they're going to turn it around. Brad's getting the four-wheeler out. Turn around. How to get it up on the left. When we first got here, Brad changed the fan, he changed a spring on the shock, and then we had to change gears. So we have worked a little bit since we've been here. I haven't got any video on, but we did make a couple of changes, hoping to make the car lay over just a little bit more. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can get it back to the way it was last year. If you've watched our videos the last several months and watched the attitude of the car, you can tell that it's definitely changed. Last year it was laying over a lot harder than it is now. So we're just trying to get that attitude back. We've measured everything on the car, everything's exactly where it's supposed to be. So we're just trying to do everything that we can to get back to that. Try everything, I should say, to get back to that point. So we'll see. Hopefully it's better tonight, but you guys will be able to judge that in just a little bit. Here is the lineup. Hot laps, we're third out. We're first out for qualifying, and then we are third feature. Looks like a pretty good lineup there. We are running super late model tonight. Brad talked about that in our last video, so we will be running super tonight. So we'll be the third hot laps, first to qualify, third to feature. get a word with him in just a second. I'll see him on video. What'd you think?
Felt good. I don't know what it looked like.
To me, it looked like it was great getting in. It looked like she was struggling a little bit getting out.
It was much better getting in.
Yeah. That's Jason. You look like you were just as good as him getting in.
He could plant the power.
He was killing you coming off. But the track's still heavy, and we don't have the motor those guys do, even though we do have our topless. Huh?
Track really wasn't heavy. It was actually pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little sloppy on the bottom, but it was the best it's been in a long time this early in the night. So.
Well, we haven't went out third in a long time either.
That is true.
We always go out first.
Yeah, that is true.
So we got a little bit better racetrack this time.
I don't know. Felt good getting in. We fixed that getting in. You know, that's where I was struggling last week. Was I didn't feel like I could get in as good, but I thought it was pretty good getting in. So.
What about coming off?
I mean, we got a couple adjustments we can do, but you know, I'm not gonna make a major change.
It looked good coming off. It just didn't look as good as it could be.
I'm gonna make some minor changes and go into qualifying. I don't want to make wholesale changes right now.
Yeah.
We'll do something minor and go from there.
You burped a little bit of smoke out coming to the green. That just be, yeah.
Probably just because it's been setting up for 3 weeks and hadn't got on it.
Yeah.
It needed to breathe.
Yeah. They need to stretch his legs.
Number 27, Capital Race Car. Red that number 27. Quicker by 1/100th of a second. Next on the track, we haven't seen him.
Alright guys, so I'm thinking right now we should be starting fourth in the feature. I was mad earlier. I'll tell you about that in just a second. Thankfully, he was real close, and he came and pushed us off. Thanks for that. So he pushed him out on the track, and it was just hustle and bustle trying to get up there. I was trying to get up there to video, and for some reason, I thought he turned a 15.5. I was all mad as an old wet hand because if you guys have been watching our videos very long, you know I'm absolutely the hardest one on him. I know what he's capable of, and I know he's an awesome race car driver, and I know he's gonna have bad nights, and I've tried to do better myself and not get mad because it's just racing. But I was mad. Got back and everybody's like, no, he's fourth. He was a 14.5, so it made it a lot better. So we will roll off fourth for the super late model feature out of like 14, 16 cars. So Definitely a good qualifying effort by him, especially after the stress of a car not cranking. There's nothing like a freak out when you get up there and cut your car off, sit there, and it won't crank back up. So they're charging the battery to see if maybe it's a battery issue, and so far it's just clicking. So we're just gonna check out and see what's going on, see if it's just a solenoid. Those solenoids are bad about going bad. We've had several of them go bad, and it's always at the worst time. I think we had one go bad at Magnolia several years ago, and it was just me and Brad, and me and Brad weren't the only ones over there. I don't think there was just nobody with us, like around us. There were people with us helping, but just not right there with us in staging, and he couldn't get it to crank back up. I think that was what that was that night. I can't really remember, but it was something. He had to get out, pull the hood off. He had to get out, pull all his belts off, get in, check it out, see what was going on with it, and then get back in the car. So that was stressful, and it was just me and him, and I'm pretty useless. I can help with a few things, and I can't help with a whole lot. So he's trying to teach me some new stuff, but whew, this stuff is complicating. Every time I feel like I've learned something, it's changed. I can do tires, but that's about the extent. But anyway, the guys are checking it out, seeing what's going on, seeing what's wrong, why it won't crank. Thankfully it will push off.
What do you need? Tires off there? There ain't no tires. Yeah, the right rear's off. Watch your toes. Hey.
Guys are hustling. Look at Brandon running. Woo. Forrest Gump right here. He don't walk fast much. Get him go. Do you need me to go? Alright guys, so we haven't been down here to video. Me and Brad actually went to the stands to give away some shirts and to give people shirts that they had bought. So we weren't down here when they were fixing all that, but obviously a starter wire was bad. Huh? It was broken. So Chris and Brandon went and got one from Jason Croft, which is part right across from us. He drives a Capital. So thanks to him for giving us one of those and helping us out tonight. But anyway, my eye looks terrible. I feel like it's swollen. Joel slapped me earlier and got something in it. But anyway, so how did the car feel in qualifying? I didn't really talk to you earlier.
Felt pretty good. Feels like it's turning in a lot better, like I needed it to. Still need to work a little bit center off, but I mean we was good enough for fourth, and I think the top four was all a 14.5. I think we was all 14.5s.
I don't know, I thought you were 15.5. I was pissed.
I don't know what you was looking at, but anyways, it was all four 14.5s, so that's pretty tight pack right there. I think just about the whole field was in the 14s. Just about, roughly. So
yeah, competitive.
Yeah, I mean it was it's a pretty tight field. Track actually looks pretty good tonight. Excited to be starting forward. If we can stay there or go forwards, I'll be very happy.
There's some really good supercars here tonight.
Very good supercars. I fully expected when Ted Moore and Jason Hyatt went out there, I expected to be like 6th, to be honest with you. I mean,
do you think going out early on maybe helped you?
I think it did. I think there was still a little bit of moisture in the track when I went out there, and as the track, it just progressively got slower as more cars went out. So I think that was one thing that worked in our favor actually tonight. So, but I mean, I think we've laid down a good lap regardless.
Right.
You know, I think that was kind of also another thing where we don't have the horsepower working against us. You know what I mean? You know, we've talked about it all year how horsepower was hurting us. You know, running against these type of cars. Well, actually, it worked into our favor tonight. So you couldn't plant the power, and I think that was just part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get out of here with a good night, have a good finish, and move on to next week.
The car looked really good. That's why I was like, we're gonna cut this off because they're working on their car. there. We just got a quarter panel. We bolted on a tire we normally don't bolt on. We bolted on a 1350. We usually run a 1600, and Brad said we burned it up in about 3 or 4 laps. To me, personally, it looked like he was great getting in the corner, getting off the corner. Straightaway speed was not there. It looked like he had a boat anchor tied to him. Just my personal take on things. I talked to Joel. Joel seen the same thing I did. Brad seems to think it was a tire. We'll get a word with him in just a second. It may be. He's the driver. I'm just the wife. Joel's just a crew guy. But we started 4th and pulled off. But I don't even know how many laps. So we were credited with a 13th place finish. Yeah, I mean, we're not disheartened because we're still struggling. We're still, you know, you're great, and then all of a sudden something happens. You're not all that great, and I don't. We'll get a word with Joel. Joel, what did you think? We never get a word with you. What did you think about the race? What was your thoughts on it? What the car looked like? What did you think?
The car's handling good. Me and the driver screwed up on tire choice tonight, and we went a way that we thought we should go, and everybody else went the opposite way. And so I mean, it is what it is. But, I don't know. We're still, you know, as far as running the supers, we're still kind of out on horsepower, even down here. But
we don't have much more than in our sportsman motor. It's just an aluminum head, so it takes a little bit of the weight.
It's a little lighter, but as far as like Brad has said in the previous videos, it's horsepower wise, it's not that much different. Got a little bit of quarter panel damage, but that's it. Had a starter issue earlier tonight, hot wire burned into, but other than that, I mean, we got it fixed. Or Brandon and Chris got it fixed. That wasn't an issue no more.
What did you think? I was telling them, corner we look good. Getting in and getting off, we look good. It just straightaway looked like we had a boat anchor tied to us.
Oh yeah, I mean, ain't no doubt. Like I said, even though the track was slow tonight, I mean, it wasn't a hammer down racetrack by any means. But even with the track being slow and a little bit slick, you can still tell we're down on horsepower. But I don't know. Let the driver make his decisions on what we're gonna do moving forward. He can ask me and you what we think, but that don't mean that's what he's gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which you pull more weight than I do, so.
Yeah,
he has to live with you. He ain't got to see me about twice, 2 or 3 times a week.
Well, there's a difference between me and you. Of course, I am his wife, but you won't argue with him. You just say, okay, whatever. I'll argue with him. So, you know, that's the difference. I'll argue with that trailer.
I'm not going to argue with him. I'll tell him my opinion, and my opinion may not be the same as his.
Right.
But like I said, that may, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, driver's in good shape, car's in decent shape.
We just suck.
Yeah, I mean, we wasn't setting the world on fire out there by any means.
We didn't come close to winning.
By any means. I mean, I was trying to signal. I didn't know what the hell to do signaling, because I mean, you know.
Just throw your hands up. Do whatever the hell you want. We don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, it was kind of like Ricky Bobby. Is that the other cars? I mean, you know. Go high, go low, go middle, do whatever you can, you know.
Like Brad's there, and they're like,
just do what you can.
What are we doing here? What are we doing? Are you on the gas, Brad? What's going on?
Just do what you can. Of course, I mean, I understand. He's right. If that tire, went away, it went away in a hurry, and you could tell. Like I said, everybody else on a hard tire, for whatever reason. Me and him went, he come to me and talked to me about it. We went with a soft tire. And I don't know why, because we never run a soft tire down here, hardly ever.
I think the biggest reason is because so many times we've ran super and regretted not running a 1350.
Exactly. And then tonight we decided to run a 1350, and everybody else on hard tires, and they made the right choice, and we did.
We should have been on our Holy Grail, or 1600.
But it is what it is. It happens.
Yep.
So.
You live and learn. Just gonna make us work harder this week.
If we had all the answers, we'd be racing on Sundays instead of Saturdays. So. You know, oh well.
Or running all the time with Lucas.
Running supers all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Which kind of like what somebody said, well, Go Super's not our bread and butter just yet. We've not ran very many super races, sportsmen.
But there again, it's like he said too, but me and him talked earlier tonight.
No, ma'am.
Of course we wanted to run good. I mean, you know, you go to the racetrack, you want to run good. But tonight was kind of a test on this motor and, you know, just seeing what it would do. And I mean, he's the one in the race car. He's the one mashing the gas. He knows the difference between this motor and the other motor. And so, you know, like I said, did we come down here? I mean, yeah, you want to win every time you go to the racetrack, but, you know, it is what it is, like I said. But I appreciate you letting me talk now, because I don't get to do that very much.
Yeah, Joel feels famous now. You should have been up there in the stands earlier. Everybody's like, hey, we're like, you know, you don't know who these people are.
Well,
they're like, I called it on YouTube.
Me and Chris, it's funny, because me and Chris standing down here in the pits, and people walk up, and they'll be talking to him, or they'll want an autograph or something. Chris, he'll just turn and look at me and go. And I told him earlier, I said, did you ever think, like Brad was grinding the tire earlier, and a young fan, little boy, which I think that's great. I think it's great that young people are still interested in this. And but anyway, little boy come up and he had a checkered flag. He asked Brad if he could sign his flag. I think he even come over and got your autograph, didn't he?
Did.
I hear you there, big time. Anyway, Brad had to stop grinding the tire and go over there and, you know, deal with the fan, and that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. Chris looked at me and he was like, really? And I said, Chris, I said, you know, I'm fixing to be with y'all 10 years. This month it'll be 10 years. You know, 'cause me and you've been around just about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
And I said, did you ever think, when I started helping y'all 10 years ago, that we would get interrupted working on a car for somebody wanting an autograph? I said, did you ever think?
And we love it. We absolutely love when people talk to us.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of time when people talk to us, it kind of throws us off when people are like, hey Dallas, hey Brad, because we have no idea. Like we know you guys comment on YouTube, we know you guys comment on Facebook, but we don't have a face with the name.
Right,
we know the name. If you say, hey, I'm such and such, I'll be like, oh, I know who you are.
I know who you are now.
But I don't have a face with you just yet. So, and if you're ever at a racetrack that we're at, please come talk to us. We all love to talk to everybody. Don't ever feel weird coming to talk to us. Walk in our trailer. We don't care. It's an open door. If you need a drink, get one out of our cooler. We don't care, but
the only thing you ain't gonna find in there with this bunch is alcoholic beverage, adult beverage.
Yeah, we hope you want a Coke or a water, because we don't drink alcohol.
No, we ain't gonna have adult beverages in there. Not that I don't drink an adult beverage every now and then. I just don't do it down here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, me and Brad are not drinkers, and like Joel, he's kind of a social. He's not a drunk.
No, I drink every now and then, and then you got Chris. You know, Chris gets a hold of one red apple ale, and it's over with. So.
He don't even know where he's at.
No, he's in a different zip code. So.
Let's go finish this up.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my take on things, got Joel's take on things, so let's get your take on things. How's the car feel?
We look like a monkey doing something to a football, pretty much. I made a terrible decision on tire. You know, it's crazy. You know, stupid, really. I knew better than do that, so I don't know. We know to make a note of that. We know to make a note of what else we done and not to do that crap again.
Who told you?
I didn't ask that question. I'm just saying.
I don't even go on a 1600, he's on a 1350.
I didn't say what tire I was on.
I already said.
I'm just saying that we look like a monkey doing something to a football.
I told him we made the wrong tire choice. So.
Yeah. Well, it was not just tire choice. It was some other things that we'd done.
Not making any sense.
Which we was doing some testing as well. I mean, it was a good night to do testing. Unfortunately, that bit us in the, you know what?
Did you learn anything from the testing?
Yeah, I learned not to do that again. So, I mean, it's part of it. It sucks because,
you know, but the good thing about it is Super pays more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we finished 13th. It got more than it would have paid to finish 4th.
Third and limited.
In limited time.
I mean, that is a plus, and I mean, what the hell? We was good for about 3 laps.
Was there?
Yeah, 3 laps. That tire went away, and boy, I looked like I was the people I was griping about 2 weeks ago. So
You were the ping pong ball in the way.
yeah, so that's why I was like, well, it's done. We're gonna pull off and get out of the way and go to the house. Take it on the chin and go to the house. So appreciate everybody supporting us. Everybody that's bought t-shirts, all of our sponsors, KT Heat and Air, Warp Speed Performance Parts. Thanks to Wendell, Vinson Race Engines, Capital Race Cars, Penske Shocks. I mean, it was good. It was just everything worked out good. It was just our fault. So take it and move on. And
The car was better in hot laps, so we did learn that.
I mean,
We made it to training.
the car was better all around where I've been struggling for the past 2 or 3 months. So I'm very happy there.
Y'all just want to make noises.
Our plan is still to go to Boyd's Friday night. That's I'm drinking it.
Joel's trying to throw everything away.
Our plan is still to go to Boyd's Friday night, and Saturday Talladega will still be up in the air. We'll see. We'll make that decision after Boyd's Friday night. And appreciate you guys watching. If you hadn't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll catch you guys in the shop next week.
He shaved last night. Look at all them long hairs. He always tends to miss them.
I tried to get you to come in there and do it, and you wouldn't do it.
I was doing
You're my
something.
barber.
No, I was doing something. I was working on your shirt. Hey, let's show the shirt. Show the shirt. Come here. Oh, Joel's got it on and he's not as sweaty. So that's the shirt if you guys want one. Reach out.
What the hell are you trying to say? I'm
Reach
not
out.
sweaty.
Reach out to us on Facebook. You got a little bit of sweat, but Brad, look at him. He's soaking wet.
That's because Brad sweats when it's 38 degrees outside. He's got a gland problem.
That's our shirts. We still got several left, but we bought a screen print business, as we told you guys in the last video, so we can make them at any time. If we run out, we can have some made the next couple of days. So it's not a big deal. If you guys want one, reach out to us and we'll get one ready for you. Thanks to everybody that bought shirts tonight. We sold a lot of them, and we're very, very, very appreciative of everybody. We shipped a lot this week. You guys are awesome. The support you guys show us week in and week out is indescribable. Thank you guys, and we will catch you guys soon.